Hello. Okay, some people have been asking how to learn songs by ear, and I've got mostly Steely Dan and up there some Stevie Wonder, and that stuff. The piano parts are quite chord based. Okay, because you got to remember they're playing as part of a band. They're not playing by themselves. In which case, you might you might approach it in quite a different way, but they're not. Okay, they're just a part of a band. So you have to fit in, and that means usually, if there's a singer there, most of the time you're not going to want to play the melody line, for instance. Okay, so for the purposes of this, we can discard that for now and focus on the chords. So, okay, chords have all got their own very specific character, if you know what I mean. So, like, you've got major, minor, and then you've got the sevenths and minor sevenths, ninths, 13ths, whatever, and they've all got their various own sound, which is very important, and it gets an emotional response from people, different chords, and they're all used specifically for a purpose. Okay, that doesn't mean they sit there and think, I think I'll put a minor seventh there or something because I want them to feel this. It just means that once you've got them under your belt, so to speak, you can use them and you won't even realise that you're using them. Okay, so when you're working them out, learning those different characters of all the different types of chords is very important. So that's what we'll do. First thing is that you have to know to be able to do this is to know your key signatures, because if you don't know them, then basically this whole process is going to take 100 times longer, probably more than if you do. Okay, so that means that you need to know every key, no matter how many sharps and flats are in it. Start off with C major, of course, so that if you're in C major, you know exactly what chord you're going to come up against. Yeah, and there's C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B minor flat 5. So those are your basic chords. You need to know that for every key. Okay. Okay. So if you take the time to learn this, it's really going to be a lot easier, and it doesn't take long anyway. You can probably do it in a few days, if not less. Okay. Okay, once you've got the hang of key signatures, once you know them inside out, then what I need to talk about now is the fact that different types of chords, be they major, minor, 7th, 9th, 11th, 13th, suspended chords, they've all got a very different quality, okay, which all makes a song what it is. So it's really important to get to know what all those different qualities are, what they sound like, so you can recognise them instantly. Okay, so we'll go through them now, one by one. So if you've learnt your key signatures, or if you already knew them, which is cool, then the next thing to do is to really get to know intimately the difference between major and minor. Okay, you need to be able to recognise major and minor chords without even thinking about it. So, alright, so the thing to do is to play a major chord. So remember a major chord is made up of 1, 3 and 5 from the major scale. Okay, and so for instance C major, we've got C, E and G, and don't just play that in a block. Play it in all different ways. Put the notes in different order, spread them around the keyboard as much as possible. Okay, spread them. So when you think you've got a handle on what that sounds like, do the same with the minor. So minor being 1, flat 3 and 5, or C, E flat and G, or whatever key you're in, and do exactly the same with that. So play it in a chord first, and sorry, I've got an email, and Then spread it around the keyboard as much as you possibly can. Play it. So, once you've got the hang of major and minor, then you can move on to some common chord extensions, which are just notes that are added on to the basic chord, okay, the basic triad. So, the one that's most common in Western music, which probably you'll be wanting to do, which means you've been watching Steely Dan videos, is the dominant seventh. Okay, the dominant seventh is 1, 3 and 5 and a flat 7. So for instance, staying in C major, we get C, E, G and B, that's 1, 3, 5, 7, and we flatten the 7th so it becomes a B flat. What you've got to do is you've really got to listen, as I said before, to the flavour of these chords, okay, to the quality of the chords. You know, what makes it different to the sound of a major chord or a minor chord. You know, it's got a really distinct sound, this chord. So as you did before, play in its root position, put it into its first inversion, so E, G, B flat, C, second inversion, G, B flat, C, E, and move it all around the keyboard, play it with both hands. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7. So now we add the two together, and so we get a minor 7th or minor dominant 7th. Okay, so again, stick in C major, 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. Okay, so we get C, E flat, G, and B flat, and that is a C minor 7 chord. Okay, that's probably the second most common chord in pop rock music and stuff, and blues, of course, that's where it comes from, probably, well not, sort of, but yeah. 1, flat 3, 5, 7. Okay, so there's some basic things for you to try. I think once you've got the hang of those, that's really going to give you a good start in you know, hearing songs and quite quickly being able to think, okay, well, at least I know it goes like whatever, major, minor, minor, well, that's another major, major, oh, that's a 7th, you know, minor 7th, whatever. It at least gives you that. Okay, so we do some more next time.